Hey, 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 it's Dr. Meredith Watson, the unapologetic therapist. I just coined that name yesterday. We'll go into that later. Today, we're in day 3 of Step into Unapologetic You. Let me know where you're dropping in from and how you're doing today. I'm going to share this out. Today, we're going to talk about why it is you feel you can have the things that you want. And that goes so freaking well with how today has gone for me. I posted a little bit earlier that it's really awkward when you realize something about someone that you may not have known before, or you did know it and now you've had it confirmed. And sometimes you wrap your worth and the very essence of what you can accomplish in what this person has said, or how you feel, or how that their feeling projects into your thoughts and feelings. And a lot of the first day about getting into our ideal day, getting into that space, that idea and that mind space of what we want, why we want it, how it's going to pan out. And we talked about why or who you thought it would piss off if you were able to achieve the things that you want. And for me, one of the people that I knew it would piss off was my ex-husband, because he is a very depressed, very minded person. So for anybody to be happy and upbeat and excited about something is foreign to him, because he openly admits that he doesn't find joy in a lot of things. So sometimes people in your life have a certain personality, and you get into that headspace with them and you start wondering what you can accomplish, and what's really possible. Anything you want is possible, by the way. If it's in you, if it's been birthed inside of you and it's growing and being nurtured inside of you, then it is created inside of you so that you can birth it into the world through you. That's why that vision was given to you. And sometimes we don't think we can have it because of the old story we've been told. You're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you don't know enough. For me, I was called fat, so four eyes. I was told I smacked. I was told I talk like I have a mouthful of shit. I mean, I was told a lot of things that very well could have hindered my progress at accomplishing the things I truly wanted. And it's easy to get into that headspace when you come from an area, or you come from a family, or you come from a group of people, or you're with those people who are constantly pissing on your feelings and pissing on what you really believe and what you really want and what excites you. Like, you'll tell someone your dreams and hopes, and then they'll just basically piss all over it, and or shut all over it. And you are stuck trying to outdo that or overcome that. And sometimes that can be very, very difficult. Hi, Leanna, how are you? And it's easy to get into that headspace of, I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy enough, or I'm not smart enough, I don't know enough. And you keep repeating that old story in your head about what you can or can't accomplish. My ex-best friend told me one time that I can't have it all, that having it all is not possible. And I was kind of miffed when she said that, because I thought, why can't I have what I want? I'm tenacious. I plan things out. I'm really good with it. I'm a good steward of money. I'm a good steward of time. I have all the potential to make my life everything I want it to be. But I had to learn, after a long time of being in her head, not her headspace, but in her energy, that she may not have thought that everything she wanted was possible. So she was transferring or projecting that feeling onto me. And once again, sometimes when people project or tell you their thoughts and feelings about your ideas and your dreams, they're really projecting their feelings onto you. They're telling you their fears through the criticism they're bringing out. And my grandmother, God rest her soul, used to say that she can't be happy all the time. And I know every day can't be happy. You wouldn't know it, but I've had a terrible morning. And but you can choose the energy you want to be in. You can choose how you're going to react to everything that happens in your life. You may not have picked the cards that you've been dealt in life, but you sure as hell can decide how you're going to play that hand. You may not have picked the lemons thrown in your face, but you sure as hell can take those lemons and make a Boston sour. You may not have consciously been aware of how things come into your life because of your thought process, but once you realize things are not the way you want it to be, you can instantly flip that and change it. And people can say that I'm overly optimistic or overly whatever, but you do get to choose how you react to things. And I'll give you a perfect example, and this is an example of how it really went and example of how I wish it went. I have an odd sleep schedule. If you've known me for any length of time or followed me, I just have a very odd sleep schedule. I'm very fine with that. I just need to get back on track for my daughter's sake. But I have a very odd sleep schedule. So when most people are going to bed, I'm getting up. And when most people are getting up, I'm going to bed. And that's fine because that's one of the reasons I'm an entrepreneur. I get to choose which direction I go in with my time, and I homeschool my daughter, and she gets her needs met. So that's all that really matters. So this morning, I was all high vibe about my challenge and the way I've changed my trajectory of my business. I just like got into the headspace and embraced the title that feels so juicy good, which is the Unapologetic Therapist. And I woke up this morning and I didn't have the response back from some clients that I wanted responses back from. And I don't understand. I'm really quick with responses, so when people don't respond back to me in a timely fashion, it irks my nerve. Type A control freak, I know, but it is what it is. And I'm broaching 5 days from the 2-year anniversary of my grandmother's death, and she and I had an odd relationship, so missing her and being honest about who she was as a person it conflicts sometimes. And it's easy for me to get into the headspace of nothing I want is going to go the way I want it to. I am destined for this crappy future. Oh, and my daughter's grandparents reminded me that they are very racist, which has hurt me to my heart and absolutely sickens me to my stomach. And I felt that physically. But I have to get into the headspace that no one gets to, their estimation of you is not the so I always say this crappy, but no one's estimation of you equals the sum total of your worth. They don't get to decide how much you're worth. No one gets to decide how much you can accomplish. No one gets to decide how much of an obstacle you can overcome and how you rise above that, how you become your own phoenix rising. No one gets to decide that but you. So if you feel like you can't accomplish something, I challenge you to get out your journal. Write down all the things you want, whether it's money, a mate, another child, first child, a car, to move. Is for some reason I've always wanted to just get into an RV and go all over the country doing, intuitive guidance readings. For some reason, deep down in my soul, I want to do that. I'm probably going to do it when I retire, but I'm so into it, I may very well do it now. It's just something I've always wanted to do, or more so since I've got into a more spiritual background. I'm dying to just get into an RV and travel all over the country and do these spiritual readings in like metaphysical stores. Now, given that I homeschool my daughter, I don't have the same challenge of schooling that most parents do. And I work for myself, so I don't have to worry about walking away from corp. I already did that, which was interesting. But I could get into the headspace of how are you going to afford this? How are you going to do this? Where's your child? I mean, I could get into the whole rigmarole of all the reasons that I can't, all the reasons why it's not so, all the reasons why I can't have it. But then I can also get into the headspace. I can journal that out and write down all of the things I want, all of the reasons why I think I can't have it, and then rephrase it, flip it around. So I just bought a house, so that's interesting that I want to get into an RV and, head on the road. I could rent my house out to very well trusted people and get like a realtor I trust to kind of monitor things and send me the money. There's income and then there's my house. I still get to keep it. I could hitch my car on the back of the whatchamacallit, the RV. There's actually several RVs. It's so funny that there's several RVs for sale on the side of my Facebook feed. They're very well affordable too. I can pick one of those, hitch my car to the back. You know, I just redid my whole closet, so I don't have a whole lot of clothes, and most of my clothes are black anyway, so it doesn't matter. And my daughter's always ready to get into the car and go. She's way more outgoing than I ever will be. So there's everything, other than her daughter, her husband, oh gosh, her father having a problem with not seeing her so much. He doesn't see her that much now. Like I could just write through all the things all the obstacles I feel are in my way. And if you get stuck in your head, it's easy. I know how easy that can be because I can do that too. Like today, I got so sick to my stomach over my former in-laws don't like me and they have a problem with race, and how does that affect my children? Or, how does that affect my life? And you can get into the headspace of what you can have. Like I always dreamed I'd have this amazing relationship with my in-laws, that I would, you know, do the things that some of the things I've done, some of the things I haven't. Everything happens for a reason. But getting into that headspace or letting someone convince you that you can have what you want, you have to rephrase that. They don't get to decide what you can have. No one does. You get to decide what you can accomplish, how far you can go, what's yours to have. And me personally, which I hate when people say that, but when personally, the thought process that I go through is this can't possibly be all there is. There can't possibly not be other options. And I remind myself of all the qualities that I have that have gotten me thus far. I work hard, I'm tenacious, I usually overcome every obstacle. If not, I flip it so that eventually I do. I rise above. I'm the queen of, rising of the ashes that try to consume you. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know I've overcome 3 heart attacks in my life, and all 3 of them happened before I was 35. And I was healthy and active, and there was no real medical reason for me to have had any of those heart attacks. I've overcome chronic health issues, chronic pain. You would not believe how bad my health has been over the years. And I'm still sitting here and I'm raising a pretty damn awesome daughter, even though she drives me up the wall. And I've overcome a lot of things. I've had people tell me what I can't do and why I can't have it. And you would never know that my background, unless you've been following me and you know my story. But it's very easy for me to have gotten into the headspace of, you're not good enough. And I've felt that way sometimes. I'm not good enough. I don't know enough. No one's going to want what you have to offer. You're not going to get this. You're not going to get that. But I made the choice, and I challenge you to do the same, reframing it. And it's not about being overly optimistic. It's just about survival and thriving in life and getting to the point where you won't accept anything that is not euphoric and orgasmically pleasurable and exciting, and where you're not following your heart and your gut and your inner navigation system, and you're not where you want to be. At some point, you get to a point in your life where you are is so uncomfortable that you have no option but to change. Some people haven't gotten there yet. I got there fairly quickly because what you're in has to be so uncomfortable that change is it's just the way you have to change something. You have to make a change. So if you're wanting to create a business, if you're wanting to move out of your hometown, leave a relationship, whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is, know that you have nestled inside of you all of the necessary materials, knowledge, tenacity, grace, all the things you need to get where you want to go. But you first have to decide that that's what you want. You have to decide that wherever you are isn't filling your cup enough that you go where your cup can be filled on a regular basis, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. I can't stay in a situation where I feel like I'm stuck and I can't get better, and it can't get better than this, and it can't get better than the next thing. I'm always looking for the next better, not because I'm greedy, but because I didn't come here just to get through life in this humdrum, boring, I hate my day, I don't want to get up in the morning, And for me, having a child is the biggest reason to change there is. What are you teaching your children? For me, what am I teaching my daughter? I can't possibly want to live my life teaching her that it's okay to stay stuck and be unhappy and live life where you literally, people are more familiar with your frown than they are ever with your smile. In fact, they're so shocked when they see your smile because you never smile because you're not happy. For me, creating my own life with my business, moving to a town of my own, working constantly to not look for validation, love, and acceptance and belong outside myself, primarily from my mom, who hasn't called me today, and that is a lot to do with my bad mood, because it's like I'm not good enough for her to call me. I'm not worthy for her love, and those are lies. Anything that goes against your natural inclination to be worthy and accepted and loved and validated from within, anything that contradicts that is a lie, is an absolute lie. Anything or anyone that tells you you can't have what you want, they are big fat liars, and they need to be extracted. Not, maybe you don't want to extract them from your whole life, or maybe you do, but you need to separate their lines of reference from yours And you can always hold true to the fact that everything that so far that has happened in your life, you've overcome it, you've got risen above it, risen above it, and you can do whatever it is that you want to accomplish. It's so important that you remember that you have the potential to do everything you want, and you can accomplish anything that you want, and you can do it in an unapologetic, passionate way that feeds your soul. And I know I have to continue to reinforce that I can accomplish anything. I can raise a successful daughter. I can still get me time. I can still have a successful business. I can travel. I can lose any weight that I want to. I can overcome any addictions that have tried to usurp my life. I was an addict for 25 years. Most people have no idea, and they still don't. Well, they might now that I just said it. But I was very deep in it. Like, I was functional, but I was deep in it. And I had to take a moment and look at my life and say, this isn't who I want to be. I don't want to be addicted to anything but what I want, which is food. I'm not addicted to food, but I do love food. Food is life. I love food. I'm actually thinking of what I'm going to have for dinner in a few minutes. But you can't let anything usurp your ability and knowledge that you can achieve anything you want in life. Everything you want is yours to have. The universe really does have your back. Even when you're in the throes of some grief or a pain or struggle or being told by a group of people who are half of your daughter or a third or whatever percentage they are that you're a piece of shit. So in essence, half of your daughter's a piece of shit. And you could get into that thought process that you're a piece of shit, but I know I'm not, and I know you aren't either. I know if you watching this live or this video or this content, or you're getting the synchronicities that it's time to move to the next level, it's time to up level, next level, whatever you want to call it, to go to the next place where what you want is on a daily basis. You're drawing that in, you're calling it in, and you could always tell the people or the things or the limiting beliefs to fuck off. Just go away and never come back, and every time it comes back, automatically reverse it. And it's hard to do some days. I'm not going to tell you it's not, but you can choose. You can stop replaying that old nasty story that's feeding into your limiting beliefs of what you can have and start replacing it with knowing that you can achieve anything your heart's desire. There's nothing that you can have or want or desire that you can't go out and have. Look at the President of the United States. He used to be the host of whatever show he used to host. I don't remember what it is because I didn't watch it. Anyway, I'm really going to think about what the name of that show was, but I didn't watch it, so I probably want to know what it is. He's the President of the United States of America. However you feel he is or isn't doing a good job, he's doing it. He made it. If he can do that, you can do anything. If I can overcome all the shit I've overcome, you can do anything. And if you would like support, I have a free blog, or it's actually a vlog. You can check out the information in my bio section and get on that list. It's free. You can schedule a therapy session with me. I would be honored to support you as you start being unapologetic and live a life you love. And if you desire, start a passion-based business. It's not as hard as you think, and it's not as expensive as people think. You don't have to start out with, all this hoopla, and most of the stuff you don't really need anyway. I'm living proof that you don't need all the hoopla. You can do it simply and still impact the world at a soul level and feed your soul as you feed other people. I'm going to head out. I wish you love, light, peace, tranquility, all the things you desire, evolution, growth, unapologetic living, and knowing that whatever you want in life, it's yours to have. And I would be glad to support you in that endeavor. And if not me, find someone that you trust, someone that can get in the trenches with you and have that me too, and really help you. And everything you need is nestled within you. You don't need anyone. But it's certainly a lot more comforting to go through this journey with accountability and partnership and someone who's going to shed a light and help you find and see how amazing you are on the inside, because you are amazing. You came into this world to shake it up in a way that only you can, and I have every bit of faith that you can do it. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow for day 4. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be on day 4. Have a great one. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the likes. Please share, and I will go back and read all the comments. Thank you guys so much. Have a great one. Bye.